We have more to do on the new cabinet designer. We've come a long way, and I thought it was a good idea and a good point to show you where we've got to so far, so we can get some feedback on whether we're going the right direction, anything you don't like, anything you think would be better done a different way, anything we've missed so far. All of that would be really useful to us to know, and make sure we don't get on any blind alleys with where we're going. So you can still design cabinet areas in the two usual ways, so either as a purely cabinet room with nothing else in it, or as a separate design area within a room that has other wardrobes in it. So we'll start with the second of those two first, and I'll just quickly take you through that process. Hinged wardrobe into a U-shaped room, which obviously drops a wardrobe in, change its width, add a cabinet area, change its width, add another wardrobe, so that's a wardrobe either side of the cabinet area. Go back and just select the cabinet area and then go to the interior design section. We get all the interior, all the cabinet options down the side here. So if we add a midway unit, we're going to add an open shelf in the middle there. Select that. This one stays the same, change the height to 200 and make its height off floor at 670, and then add that in. So changes can also be made to a unit once it's in the room. Click on that and go, in this case, to components. We want to remove the shelves. So that's that done. And if we then come back across to the miscellaneous units and add a bench top in here. So width's fine, height's fine, height off floor wants to be 870. Add that in. And then we'll put a mirror above that. So select the mirror. Again, height's fine, height of floor is fine, so just click add for that. So there you go. It's very straightforward. And if we then go to the quote area, you will see that print option. Instead of having them on separate pages now, everything is collated together. So you've got an exterior view of everything and an interior view of anything. We've got to play around with the dimensions a bit to get them in a better position, but gives you the general idea. A look at the cabinets only room. So select cabinets. So the first thing you notice is that they're now a full four-wall room. So potentially, although we haven't implemented it yet, you could add in cabinets on adjacent walls, and then potentially with the additional units in there, obviously have corner cabinets that show up on the two adjacent walls as a corner cabinet. Again, everything will then appear on the one quote. It's none of this separate quotes nonsense anymore. So we'll just add one section to this, add a cabinet area to the top wall. So you've got all your normal selections here in terms of default heights and heights off floor and so on. I'll leave most of those as they are because there's no particular reason to change them at the minute. We may come back to some of them in a minute. Style options are still much the same. We will at some point be adding in the ability to select different styles for different cabinets. So you can have a different colour for the wall cabinets from the base cabinets and so on. But for the minute that's still a global setting. And if we then go into interior design, you get the list down the left hand side of all the available cabinets that can go into the room. So if we select a base cabinet, down the bottom here you've got the option to change the width or the height, etc. I'll leave those as they are for the minute, just add one of them in. So auto adds, as you'd expect, an infill on the left, bench top and a kicker. We add another one in, so we now get the remaining space. If you click on that unit, it will show us the remaining space is 1966. We add another double base cabinet, again, same width. So now if we come to finish this off, we can either click on that last cabinet and it will show us the remaining space, or if we click on another two-door base to be added, it will show us the same remaining space obviously, but it'll also set that cabinet to that width. But obviously in this case we're going to want a right hand scribe in there, so if we click to select that, it will reduce that width of the cabinet and add in the scribe width, and if we change the width of that scribe to something else we wanted to, it would adjust the width of the cabinet accordingly. So if we click and to add that in, that will automatically add in the scribe on the right hand side to that width. So we've also added in some additional intelligence behind the way the next unit, each next cabinet is positioned relative to what is already in the room. So you've already seen what happens when I add another base cabinet to this one. It will just get added alongside of it, and then next one, next one, next one. So just to show you how it will decide where something should go, if we add a wall cabinet in next, as you'd expect, that will appear at the top on the left with the infills, soffits and all the rest of it added in. And if we then add a midway unit, that will appear underneath it. If we undo that and instead add a dresser unit, that will get dropped in to the right of the wall cabinet as you would want. And if we then add a midway unit in, as you're probably going to realise, will then get added to the right of the dresser unit. To show you how we've improved the way drawers can be edited in the design. So we just add a base cabinet in there for the minute, and then add a set of drawers after that. So click on the drawer to select them and select the components on the side here. So initially the cabinet gets added into the default height, to the default base cabinet height, and adjust the height of the drawers to suit. So if we change the drawer quantity, the drawer box and the drawer fronts will change to suit. We turn that off, then we have the option to change the heights of the units of the cabinets to suit the type of drawers you've got in there. So if we just change those quantity to 4, it will then ask you if you want to change everything to suit, which we'll say yes. And if we then change one of the heights of the or the global height of the drawers in that drawer unit, so 204, same question. So do you want me to resize everything to suit that new height? You can put a custom height in there if you need a particular height of either cabinet or drawer fronts. And you can select the different types of drawer boxes now. You don't have to do that separately in the style options. So that's all wrapped into that one area now. Equally well, you can adjust individual drawers. So if we select one of these drawers and adjust just that one, so we make that a shallow one. So again, it will ask you to adjust accordingly. So just one individual drawer changes in that case. So hopefully that makes editing drawers that much easier. We'd really appreciate your feedback on where we got to so far, anything you'd like changing, or just general comments. If you've got time to go and play around with yourself, that would be also really good. And again, if you've got anything from that you think we need to change, let me know. If you break it, which you probably will, be good to know what broke it, what you were doing as usual, so that we can go and fix it. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.